What if I told you that you could be heading into a disaster without even realizing it? Most men miss the early warning signs that they're about to make a huge mistake. In this video, I'm going to challenge your judgment by showing you the types of women you should never sleep with and how to spot them before it's too late. If you're new here, be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell to never miss an upload. Comment "I've subscribed" and I'll reply to welcome you to the channel. 1. The emotionally unavailable woman. Picture this. You've been seeing this girl for a few weeks, things are heating up, and you finally take things to the bedroom. But the next morning, she's colder than a polar bear's toes. What gives? Well, my friend, you may have just slept with the emotionally unavailable woman. She's the one who's all about the physical connection, but runs for the hills at the first sign of anything deeper. She might give you just enough attention to keep you interested, but when it comes to real intimacy, forget about it. Here's the thing. Sleeping with an emotionally unavailable woman can leave you feeling used, confused, and questioning your own self-worth. You might start wondering if there's something wrong with you, when in reality, it's all on her. So, how do you spot an emotionally unavailable woman before you get in too deep? Look for signs like, she avoids talking about her feelings or the future. She's hot and cold, blowing up your phone one day and ghosting you the next. She keeps your relationship purely physical, never wanting to go on real dates or meet your friends. If you find yourself falling for an emotionally unavailable woman, it's time to ask yourself, is the temporary thrill worth the long-term emotional toll? Trust me, there are plenty of women out there who are ready and willing to invest in a real, meaningful connection. Don't settle for anything less. 2. The manipulative woman. The manipulative woman. She's a master of mind games, using her sexuality as a weapon to get what she wants. And let me tell you, fellas, it's a dangerous game to play. You might think you're in control, but before you know it, she's got you wrapped around her little finger. She knows exactly which buttons to push to keep you coming back for more, even when your gut is telling you to run for the hills. The manipulative woman will use sex as a reward for good behavior, and withhold it as punishment when you don't play by her rules. She's the type to say things like, if you really cared about me, you'd do this, or, I guess I'm just not good enough for you. And here's the kicker. The more you give in to her demands, the more she'll expect from you. It's a vicious cycle that can leave you feeling drained, confused, and questioning your own sanity. So how do you avoid falling into the trap of the manipulative woman? Look out for these red flags. She uses sex as a bargaining chip, rather than an expression of affection. She constantly tests your loyalty or devotion, making you prove yourself to her. She plays the victim when things don't go her way, blaming you for her own shortcomings. Remember, a healthy relationship is built on mutual respect, trust, and communication. If you find yourself constantly second-guessing your own needs and desires in order to please your partner, it might be time to reevaluate the situation. You deserve someone who appreciates you for who you are, not what you can do for them. 3. The serial flirt. You know the type. She's always the life of the party, the center of attention, the girl who seems to have a magnetic pull on every guy in the room. And sure, it's flattering when she singles you out for some one-on-one time, but before you let your ego get the best of you, consider this. You might just be another notch on her bedpost. The serial flirt thrives on attention, and she's not picky about where she gets it from. She'll bat her eyelashes, laugh at your jokes, and make you feel like the most important person in the world, but only until someone else catches her eye. Sleeping with a serial flirt might seem like a conquest at the time, but the aftermath can leave you feeling used and discarded. She's not looking for a meaningful connection. She's just in it for the thrill of the chase. So how can you tell if you're dealing with a serial flirt? Watch out for these signs. She's always surrounded by a gaggle of guys basking in their attention. She flirts with everyone, regardless of their relationship status or her own. She's more interested in the game of seduction than actually getting to know you as a person. Now, don't get me wrong. There's nothing wrong with a little harmless flirting. But when it comes to matters of the heart and the bedroom, it's important to make sure you're on the same page. If you're looking for something real and lasting, a serial flirt probably isn't your best bet. 4. The jealous and possessive woman. Imagine this. You've been seeing a woman for a few weeks, and things seem to be going great. The sex is mind-blowing, and you can't get enough of each other. But then, something shifts. She starts getting jealous of your female friends, questioning your every move, and blowing up your phone when you're not together. Congratulations, my friend. You've just landed yourself a jealous and possessive woman. Now, a little bit of jealousy can be flattering, but when it crosses the line into obsession, it's time to hit the brakes. A possessive woman will try to control every aspect of your life, from who you hang out with to what you wear. She'll make you feel guilty for having a life outside of your relationship, and she'll use sex as a way to keep you under her thumb. Here are some warning signs to watch out for. She gets angry or sulks when you spend time with other people. She demands to know your whereabouts at all times. She goes through your phone or social media accounts looking for evidence of your infidelity. The thing is, jealousy and possessiveness often stem from deep-seated insecurities and trust issues. And while it might be tempting to try and fix her, that's not your job. You deserve a partner who trusts and respects you, not someone who wants to control your every move. If you find yourself in the clutches of a jealous and possessive woman, it's time to have an honest conversation about boundaries and expectations. And if she's not willing to work on her issues, well, it might be time to cut your losses and move on to greener and less controlling pastures. Appreciating the advice? If you want to dive deeper, our free 60-minute strategy call is perfect for those ready to change their dating dynamics. Learn powerful strategies to meet more women and build your confidence. Secure your spot via the link in the pinned comment. 5. The gossip. All right, fellas, let's talk about the gossip. You know, the woman who just can't seem to keep her mouth shut about your intimate moments together. The one who's always dishing the dirt to her friends, leaving you wondering what else she might be saying behind your back. Now, don't get me wrong. It's natural to want to share details about your life with your besties, but there's a big difference between a little girl talk and broadcasting your bedroom antics to the entire world. Sleeping with a gossip can be a risky move, because you never know who else might be privy to the details of your private life. She might be sharing your secrets with her friends, her coworkers, or even worse, your own social circle. So, how can you tell if you're dealing with a gossip? Here are some red flags to watch out for. She's always talking about other people's business, especially their sex lives. She pressures you to share intimate details about your past relationships. She gets a little too excited when you spill the beans about your own sexual exploits. The bottom line is this: your sex life should be between you and your partner, period. If you can't trust her to keep your private moments private, it might be time to zip up and move on. Remember, a real partner will respect your boundaries and your privacy. They'll understand that what happens between the sheets should stay between the sheets. So if you find yourself constantly worrying about what she might be saying to others, it's time to have a serious talk, or find someone who knows how to keep a secret. 6. The married or taken woman. Guys, I'm going to level with you. Sleeping with a married or taken woman is a bad idea. Like, a really bad idea. I know. The forbidden fruit is always the sweetest, right? But trust me, the temporary thrill is not worth the long-term consequences. First of all, let's talk about the moral implications. Helping someone cheat on their partner is just plain wrong, no matter how you slice it. Put yourself in their shoes. How would you feel if your girlfriend or wife was stepping out on you? But even if you can get past the ethical dilemma, there are still plenty of practical reasons to steer clear of attached women. For one thing, you're setting yourself up for some serious drama. What happens if her partner finds out? Do you really want to be the guy who breaks up a relationship? Or worse, a family? Plus, there's the very real risk of getting emotionally attached yourself. It's easy to fall for someone who's unavailable, but it's a recipe for heartbreak. You'll always be the second priority, the dirty little secret, and that's no way to live. So how can you avoid the temptation of the married or taken woman? Easy. Just don't go there. No matter how much she might flirt or insinuate, keep your distance. Focus your energy on single, available women who are ready for a real, honest connection. Trust me, guys, the short-term ego boost is not worth the long-term headache. Have some respect for yourself and for the sanctity of other people's relationships. There are plenty of fish in the sea, so why go fishing in someone else's pond? 7. The woman who always plays victim. We've all met her. The woman who's perpetually down on her luck. Always the victim of some great cosmic injustice. And sure, we all have our rough patches. But with this woman, it's a never-ending saga of woe. At first, you might find yourself drawn in by her vulnerability. You want to be the knight in shining armor, the one who finally breaks the curse and sets her free. But here's the thing. No matter how much you try to help, it's never enough. The woman who always plays victim is a master manipulator. She'll twist every situation to make it seem like she's the one who's been wronged, even when she's the one who's causing the problems. And if you dare to call her out on her behavior, prepare for the waterworks and the guilt trips. Sleeping with a perpetual victim might seem like an act of chivalry, but trust me, it's a trap. The more you try to save her, the more she'll rely on you to solve her problems. And when you inevitably fall short of her expectations, well, guess who's going to take the blame? If you find yourself drawn to a woman who's always playing the victim, it's time to take a step back and assess the situation. Ask yourself, is this really the kind of drama you want in your life? Is it your responsibility to fix someone else's problems? Especially when they are not willing to take accountability for their own actions? Remember, a healthy relationship is a partnership between two equals. It's not your job to be someone's savior, therapist, or punching bag. If she's not willing to take responsibility for her own life, it's time to cut your losses and move on. 8. The gold digger. The gold digger. She's the one who's always eyeing your wallet, dropping hints about expensive gifts and fancy dinners. She might be beautiful, charming, and great in bed, but at the end of the day, she's more interested in your bank account than your personality. Now, don't get me wrong. There's nothing wrong with wanting to be spoiled every once in a while. But when someone's entire attraction to you is based on your financial status, that's a major red flag. Sleeping with a gold digger might make you feel like a big shot in the moment, but the reality is, you're just a means to an end. She's not interested in getting to know the real you. She's interested in what you can buy her. So, how can you spot a gold digger before you get in too deep? Look out for these warning signs. She's always suggesting expensive dates or gifts. She's more interested in your job title or income than your hobbies or passions. She gets upset or distant when you don't spend money on her. Remember, guys, a real partner will appreciate you for who you are, not what you can give them. If you find yourself constantly shelling out cash just to keep someone interested, it might be time to reevaluate your priorities. And there you have it. So now that you know which women you should be avoiding, what's next for you? Discover how women behave when they have a secret crush on you, or learn what she says when hitting on you. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe for more.